Thanks for coming today to Yoga Pilates, and I apologize in advance. I'm expecting a medication to be delivered. They're inevitably going to deliver it during this class, so I may have to step away for a second. Let's start by setting our feet under our hips, lift up through those legs, lift the hips up off the legs, lift the rib cage up off the waist, engage that core, roll the shoulder blades back, palms facing the front of the room. Lift the chin to level the head. Feel the back of the head over the back of the spine. If you're comfortable, close your eyes and let's do 3 yoga breaths here to start. Those ujjayi breaths, whisper breaths in and out. Expand the rib cage and the belly on the inhale. And push all the air out, starting with your diaphragm on the exhale. One more time. And push that air up and out of the lungs. Nice. Let's come through our vinyasa to come down to the mat to start our Pilates. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Note where you are today, right here. You're going to feel a lot more limber, hopefully by the end of class. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, set those palms onto the mat. Step back into a plank. Hold this plank for 2 breaths. Drop to your knees and come all the way through onto your back. Let's start our warm up here with some angel arms. Let's have feet extended, toes pointed to keep those legs, those knees pointing straight up to the ceiling. If we relax the feet, the knees want to open. Inhale, arms up overhead, running them along the floor. Exhale, bring them down by your legs. Inhale and exhale. Throughout this movement, trying to keep a nice gentle curve of that lower back. As your arms go up overhead, your rib cage wants to lift up off the floor. We are pressing down with those core muscles to keep that lift from happening. Just working on a static hold of the core. Oh, we've got the dynamic movement of our arms and our breath going here. Inhale and exhale. Still pointing those toes. Nice engagement of the quads. Really warming up that whole lower body with the static hold. 2 more. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. Untense. Feel how much work your body was doing, even though it didn't look like much. Plant those feet. We're going to lift our head and shoulders up off the mat and do side to side taps to those heels. Tap, 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 tap. Keeping head and shoulders lifted. Nice. Big reach. So we're working our rectus abdominis and our obliques here, keeping that head and shoulders lifted. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lay back. Put your left ankle above your right knee. Lift up again. This time we're going to do all one side, reaching for that right heel that's on the mat. Reach, reach, reach. Keeping this left knee open, pressing that left knee toward the front of the room so that you're getting a little bit of a stretch on that hip. Reaching over to the side. for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Head and shoulders down. Switching legs. Right leg on top. Opening that right knee. Reaching for the left heel now. Reach, 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 reach. Keeping that head and shoulders lifted. Pressing down with the belly to get yourself up high. Reach for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. Hug those knees. Nice strong warm up for those abdominal muscles. Let's do some side work now. Rolling over onto your side. You can prop your head up or have it down. You can have your hand anchored on the floor or on your hip. Actually, why don't we do floor, because we're going to do some leg lifts here. So starting with feet flexed, toes pointing forward, lift and down. Lift and down. Toes flexed. Hips are really stacked, not letting that top hip fall forward. You should feel work here, up in the gluteus medius and in the obliques. Lift. Having that foot flexed shortens the back of the leg. I think it puts a little more work into the hamstring right here in the back of the leg. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Point the toes. We're going to reach front and back with a straight leg. Front, sweep back. Sweep front, sweep back. Front and back. Keeping those hips stacked. You'll really need to engage that core as the leg swings toward the front to keep the leg lifted up above the floor. Front and back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set them down. This time you can be in a neutral foot, or you can flex, or you can point. Your choice. I think I'll flex. I want some hamstring work. We're going to lift up, extend to the front. Lift it up, extend to the front. At this point, you should really be feeling this. Probably started off easy. Muscle work is kicking in now. Up and front for 4, 3, 2, last one, to the front. Rolling over to the other side. It's amazing how much work you can get in with just body weight. Starting with those flexed feet and the lift, body is in line, heels in line with the back of the head, hips stacked, lifting that top leg with the flexed foot, toes pointing toward the front of the room. Lift, lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, point those toes, swing front, back, front, and back, holding on tightly to that core to minimize swinging of the torso, front and back, front and back, working to keep that leg hovered at the same height above the floor. For 4, 3, 2, last one. Choose your foot position. I'm going to flex, lift, sweep to the front, lift and front, lift and front. Nice job. Lift and front for 4, 3, 2, last one. Ooh, shake that out. Grab onto the shins, hug those knees, rock side to side. Get a little tension out. And let's get ready for our plank variation. We're going to be in a hand plank. You can be on knees or on toes, either way. Nice straight line from the top of the head down to the knees, or top of the head down to the heels. Not popping the booty up, but definitely not relaxing that lower back into a sway back. We're gonna keep our hands where they are and step our feet out, out, in, other side, out, in, out, in. If this is hurting your wrists, you can come down to your elbows, of course, and you're not obligated to stay with toes. If you chose them, you can drop down to knees at any time, just maintaining that strong support from below for the spine. In. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. In, sit back, roll your wrists. Let's just come back to the plank for a hold. Set yourself back up. Choose your position. Let's hold for 2 counts of 8. 8, 4, and 8. 4, 3, 2, 1. Push back to a child's pose. Big toes together, knees apart. Hands pressed into the mat in front of you. Pushing those hips back toward the heels. And let's come over all the way onto our belly for some lower back work. We're going to do some swimming today. Start by planting the tops of your feet on the mat. We're going to do our arms first. Lift the head and shoulders up off the mat. Legs press down. Lift those arms and paddle them. Swimming those arms. Head is neutral. You should just be looking straight down at the mat, not trying to see your belly button. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set them down. Kick the legs. Flutter, kick, 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 kick. Straight leg, knees up off the mat. Kick, 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 kick. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a second to rest. You can rock your hips side to side. Release some of that lower back tension. And let's get ready to swim. Arms and legs together. Paddling those arms, paddling those legs. Head neutral, in line with the spine. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push back into your child's pose again. Nice stretch here for that lower back. You can rock your hips side to side. Coming all the way back over onto our back. Let's do another crunch variation. We're going to have our legs open in a V. You can bend your knees if your legs get tired of staying open in this V. We're going to start with hands lightly touching the ears, lifting up into a crunch, lifting your chin straight up toward the ceiling, not curving toward our feet at this point. Up, up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug those knees for a second. Open back up into that V. This time we are going to be reaching through. Reach, reach, reach. Nice. Trying to let those legs relax open a little bit further. Feel any difference between reaching your chin up to the ceiling and reaching through your legs? It's how working a slightly different muscle set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lay back again. Rock side to side. This time we're going to go for a dynamic movement. Legs up in the air, arms up in the air. Open the legs, reach through. Bring those arms back up. Open and reach. So this is a slower movement, trying to get a little more height with that head and shoulders. It's like a miniature golf challenge. Reaching through as those legs open, up as they close. Reach and up, reach and up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees. Nice and challenging. Let's come back onto our sides. We're going to do 2 lift and crunch variations in a side plank. They're going to be on our elbow, legs extended, elbow in line with the hip and the heels, a lift into a plank, and then a crunch to the side. Lift and crunch. So this supporting arm is going to do a little bit of the work on the crunch, but really try to use those obliques, contract those obliques, shorten them to lift yourself up. Try to keep those heels stacked on the crunch. Lift and crunch. 4 more. Crunch. 3. Crunch. 2. Crunch. Last one. Crunch. Second variation, we're going to come into a single knee side plank. We're going to lift and then crunch. So lift the leg, crunch the knee to the elbow. Lift, crunch, lift, crunch. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. Crunch, come down, coming to the other side. Lining yourself up, heels, hips, elbow, starting with this lift up into a side plank, crunch to the side, lift to a plank, crunch to the side, lift, crunch, lift, crunch. 4, 3, 2, last one. All right, last move in our Pilates series before we come into our yoga series. Single knee side plank. Nice straight line between the knee and the elbow. Lift and crunch. So that top leg is lifting up into the air. Crunch the knee to the elbow. Lift, crunch, lift, crunch, lift, crunch. 4 more. Lift, crunch. 3 more. Lift, crunch. 2 more. Lift, crunch. Last one. Lift, crunch. Roll it back onto your back. Happy baby. Holding onto those calves, shins, insides of the feet. Press the tailbone down to the mat. Rock side to side. Opening those hips. Okay. Let's get ready to shift to our yoga mindset. Cross your feet, roll all the way over. Coming to hands and knees. Tuck the toes, push up into your down dog. Roll through the shoulders, trying to let the heels float to the mat. Walk the hands back to the feet. Slowly roll up, one breath at a time. Head last. Roll the shoulders back, palms face the front. Lift that head up toward the ceiling, taking your rib cage and your hips with it. Lift, lift, lift. 3 breaths. pushing the air up and out with the diaphragm. One more. Nice. Coming to the front of our mat. Let's come down through our vinyasa to do we're going to do a warrior and lunge series today. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Are you deeper than our first one? I am. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. You can grab a yoga toe hold, or you can grab onto opposite elbows, or you can come into a gorilla pose, tucking your palms under your feet. But let's just get some stretch here now that we're warm. Trying to straighten the knees. Get a good stretch along the back of the legs. Unbind yourself. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, palms to heart center. This time we're going to come all the way through down to our down dog. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step or jump back to your plank. Chaturanga, elbows hug the rib cage as you float down toward the mat. Up dog or cobra. Pushing back to down dog. Bend your right knee. Let your left heel come down toward the mat if you can. Feel that stretch all along the back of the left leg. Switch feet. Straighten both knees. Come deeper into your down dog if you can, dropping the head even more between the arms. Inhale that right leg up. Exhale, step it between the palms. Keeping those toes up, rising into our crescent lunge. Back heel pushing behind you to straighten that back leg. Head and shoulders rising directly out of those hips, trying not to hinge forward at the waist. Shoulders down away from the ears. Inhale, on the exhale, try to float deeper into this pose. Palms down to the mat. Straighten that front knee. Turn the back foot to the mat. Bend the knee again. Rise up to our warrior one. How is this different from a lunge? Hip position is not automatic. You've really got to rotate those hips. Be toward the front. And palms to the mat. Straighten that front knee. Turn the toes back. Bend the knee again. Rise back up to your lunge. This time we're going to come into a twist. Palms to heart center. Twist over that front knee. Left elbow hooked outside the right leg. Trying to keep your palms centered at heart center rather than letting them creep up toward your shoulders. You can drop your back knee for stability if you're not getting a deep enough twist. And open those hands, top hand reaching to the sky. And bring that left hand inside the front leg. You should be able to drop really deep into this pose here. Gaze up at the top hand. Both hands down to the mat. step that right foot back into your plank. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's do that lunge warrior one sequence on the left before we come into our full vinyasa. Inhale that left leg up. Exhale, step it forward, keeping those back toes there. Rise up into your crescent lunge. So as I said, your hip position here is really automatic. Your hips are nice and square, facing to the front of the room, pushing that back heel back. Just straighten the back leg. And then exhale, try to come deeper into this lunge. Inhale, exhale, palms to the mat, straighten the front knee, turn the left foot down onto the mat, bend the knee, rising up into our warrior one. So feel yourself having to work to position those hips properly. Exhale, palms to the mat, straighten the front knee, rotate that back foot back onto the toes, bend the knee, rise back up into our crescent lunge. Palms to heart center, twisting over that front knee. Open those hands, gaze up to the ceiling. And now bring that right hand inside the left foot. Really relax into this twist. Palms to the mat. Step the left foot back into a plank. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's come down into a child's pose to reset, toes together, knees apart. Palms reaching and flat on the mat, fingers spread. When you're ready, push back up to a down dog. Lift that right leg, step it between the palms, rotate the back foot, warrior one. Warrior two, one breath. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior, one breath. Extended side angle, one breath. Reach forward, flip those front toes, rise up, crescent lunge, one breath. Palms to the mat, step your right foot back, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Inhale, left foot, step up into your warrior one, one breath. Warrior two, one breath. Peaceful warrior, one breath. Extended side angle, one breath. Reach those arms forward, flip the back toes, rise up into your crescent lunge. One breath. Palms to the mat, step back to your plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Looking up between your hands, step or jump your feet. Flat back, inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Exhale, palms to heart center. Coming into a balance pose. Let's do a classic today. Let's do tree. Palms to heart center, pressing your palms together. You can press them into your breastbone as well. Just giving yourself a lot of points of contact. Lift up your right toes. Set them down one at a time, starting with the pinky toe. Feeling all of those points of contact with the floor of the right foot. Open that left knee, toes on the floor, heel on the calf, or weight of your foot somewhere above the knee, not directly on the knee. Tall and lifted through that standing leg. You can grow your branches. If you're feeling very stable today, you can float them in the wind. I don't think I'm feeling stable enough to do that today, so I'll leave it to you. Palms together. Bring that foot down. Rotate that standing foot's ankle and get ready to do the left side. Lift up those left toes. Set them down, pinky toe first. Anchor that left foot into the mat. Open the right knee. Choose the position of that foot. Once you're settled, you can grow your branches. You can try to sway in the breeze. Or you can just stand there strong in the sunlight. Two more breaths. Palms to heart center. Step that foot down. Circle the ankle. Nice balance today. Okay, let's come into a triangle. We're going to do triangle to humble warrior. So hips to the front of the room. Right foot or whatever foot out. Left foot forward. Feet are at a 90-degree angle, but you really got to swivel those hips back into place. Arms out, lift that rib cage up, shoulders down. Big breath in, exhale. Reach to the side until you can reach no farther, and let that hand come down to the leg, keeping those shoulders super open as though your body is between a pane of glass. Gaze up at that top hand, and you can start to float down that leg. Feeling a really nice stretch here. Big inhale. And on the exhale, lift up with this top hand back into your T. Let's come into a revolve triangle. So rotate your body. Opposite hand lifting up to the sky. Gaze still at the hand. Left hand on the outside of the right foot, helping you get that nice twist and rotation. Revolve triangle. Inhale, exhale, unfold yourself. This time, Turn that foot so both feet are facing the same direction. Get a little distance widthwise between your feet. You can grab onto opposite elbows, or you can bring your hands in prayer behind you, whatever is most comfortable. Inhale, lift the chin, drop the back of the head, tiny back bend. Exhale, again, reach forward, forward, forward with a straight spine for as long as you can. That head just reaching forward until finally come into a fold over this leg. Swivel the front foot, the front hip toward the back to make sure those hips are aligned. Make sure you're getting that good stretch on the back of the leg. Inhale up. Rotate the feet to the other side, setting up for triangle there, arms out in a T. Lift, lift, lift. Reach, 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 and then finally let that hand come down toward the leg. Bottom hand, I like to be inside, palm open. Some people like to have the hand on the leg. Of course, if it's in your practice to come all the way down to the floor, feel free to be there. As long as those shoulders can stay rotated. Inhale, reach up with that hand. Keeping your feet where they are, let's come into a rotated triangle. So twist, twist, twist as deeply as you can. I'm gonna get this arm up. Inhale, rise back up, arms to a T. Distance between your feet, feet facing the same direction. If you are grabbing elbows, put the opposite arm on top. Lift up, drop the back of the head, reaching forward with a straight spine as long as you can before you succumb to that fold. Enjoying this humble warrior bow. Inhale, lift. Feet together one last time. Coming through our vinyasa to come down to the mat for our Savasana. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step or jump back into your plank, chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. You can walk your feet again if you'd like. Roll through your shoulders, trying to get those glutes diagonally up and behind you. Actively pressing the heels toward the mat. Last chance for some stretching here. Push back forward into your plank and let's slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Slow, slow, slow. Let the floor support your body. Turn your head to one side or the other. Let your body rest in this prone position. To start your relaxation. Or when you feel like you've gotten what you need from this position, bring yourself back onto your back for your Savasana. Palms up to the sky, tuck your shoulder blades, nice open chest. Feet comfortably open. Walk one shoulder down, walk the other shoulder down. Wiggle your lower jaw, unstick your tongue. Flex your feet to tense those legs. Feel that muscle tension going all the way up to your hip. And now point your toes to feel the muscle tension on the back of your legs. And now see how different it is to just let go. Bring your awareness back to your body. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Roll your wrists and ankles. And roll over onto one side. Using your arm as a pillow, tucking your toes, tucking your knees. Fetal position. Feel the length of your arm, your rib cage, your hip, your knees, and your feet, all supported by the floor. And keeping your eyes closed, push up into a cross-legged half lotus position. Thumb and forefinger together, the mudra. Palms facing up to the sky. Push the tailbone down. Lift the head up. Inhale, drop the back of the head. Exhale, bring the chin to the chest. Inhale, drop that head back. Exhale, chin to chest. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. And now, having felt that full range of motion, find where your head is perfectly balanced, supported by the weight of your spine instead of your trapezius muscles and your shoulder causing tension. Inhale, palms to heart center. Exhale, your palms to the center of your forehead. And if you'd like, you can join me in a bow. Namaste. Thank you for coming to yoga today. I hope that you have a great afternoon and a good weekend coming up.